this Spanish team. We also watched them practice before the tournament started. They have a real enjoyment of playing each other, and no one more enjoys the game more than Albert Torrens.
Yeah, exactly right. Torrens is on her way to Russia next year. A big contract for her. Tatiana Pacheco, the up-and-coming young Brazilian, and much expected of her tonight. I think she's got a lot of good game about her. You see her put the ball on the floor, can shoot off the dribble, very, very quick, very agile. Lacks experience at this level, there's no doubt about it. Probably lacks a lot of consistency. She needs a big game tonight. What a better stage than against the Spanish.
Well, as Coach Souza gives some last moment instructions to his team, let's just check the starting lineups, because I think Erika Souza was still talking like she was starting, so they may have to capture them. They had it wrong earlier on in the tournament one time, so we'll see. I'd be very surprised if Souza doesn't start.
I wonder if Ramona won't start.
Yeah.
Don't odd one out for me. Souza maybe.
Yeah.
Ramona comes down.
The thing for me is that Brazil yesterday, very inefficient. Got a lot of bad shots, which led to opportunities that break the other way. And no team in this competition is more expansive and explosive than Spain if you give them the chance to run. Montelo's teams enjoy playing for him. He enjoys this environment. So while this Spanish team has that feel about it, they're a dangerous, up-tempo, exciting team to watch. So Souza is starting. It was a mistake on the caption, and you're right, Ramona is the player who doesn't get to start. And that, it would have been a very big surprise if Souza didn't start. The matchup issues will be interesting. See if she guards Little or if she guards Nichols. More likely in some ways she may guard Nichols. If she decides to guard Sancho Little, Laura Nichols was very, very active yesterday, could become a big factor in the game.
I don't think Souza will mark Little one bit at all, Marcus. Sancho Little sees that, her eyes will light up.
Yeah. Here we go then, last game of day 2. Spain and Brazil jump it up, and Spain are going to almost get the easy points first time down. And good work by Pinto. She hustles back, saves it, and throws it off the knees of Albert Torrens. Pinto will advance it for Brazil. Xiao and Souza outside the 3, guarded by Sancho Little. Back up, beautiful pass. Where was that yesterday? Great efficiency, great execution. Brazil get the first 2 points.
Well, same as yesterday, Mark. Big celebration from the Brazilians on scoring their first 2 points. I think they'll have to calm down a little bit. Long way to go in this game.
Torrens will reverse it. Zaga gets it back to Torrens, puts it on the floor. Little long 2, strokes it, gets the drop.
Yeah, that's an element of the game I think it's just improved over the years. That 15-foot drop shot, just very accomplished.
Souza misses the first, and Nichols helps out, and that's the combination on the inside. Zaga's down the floor, but Albert Torrens just delays. And Palau will get Spain into the half court. Torrens will find Sancho Little, who bounce pass to the low block. Zagai penetrates Nichols, foul line jump shot is short, and Souza comes down with a defensive rebound. And Paxiao, who was a little bit dribble happy yesterday, moves the ball through the air. Off with a shot, Torrens has a chance to run. She's going to go all the way, always will. Little contact, great defensive stance, great effort on the defensive end. Pacheco rather. Here's Pinto, moves it on. Pacheco outside the 3, guarded by Torrens. Torrens showing in the middle. And Torrens is now trying to go Souza. We've got a whistle. And the travel ball.
Carissa Santos just caught the ball on the run. Well, these Brazilians love to put the ball down the floor, but these eagle-eyed referees, there's no margin for error. They've got to get it down quick. That ball hits the hand, let it just drop onto the floor.
Palau does what she does best and gets Spain moving in the half court. Palau tries to turn the corner, keeps going, goes off the glass, back to the tough one, kissed it top, and gets the 2.
That was a tough shot, wasn't it? Leah Palau and Albert Torrens, they are pure class on this Spanish team.
Pinto looks down low, Souza goes to work, gets triple teamed in fact. Great rotation by Spain to scramble out, but Souza finds a hole, and She's found really nicely by Pacheco. And this is a different Brazilian team. We expected a different performance, and we're getting one. Palau looks underneath. Zagai goes up in the lane, doesn't get the roll. Pinto has a chance to run, and this is what we were looking for yesterday. Brazil in transition. Pinto, little hesitation. Foul line, looks underneath.
Wide open is Souza.
She goes skip past, and Palau read it, didn't quite make it. We looked at it yesterday. Mick never got the ball below the foul line to try and change the angle. We're only 3 minutes in, and they've looked for Souza 3 or 4 times already.
I think yesterday they were looking, the execution was so poor, a lot of drop passes. They lost confidence in the end. They never really, second turnover here.
You can't get stopped without Palau. She makes the 2 for a full point of the game. And Spain tick it over for a 6-4 lead.
And the last thing you want is your 2-point guards not to want to dribble the ball. And Clarissa Santos now going to start the offense.
Pacheco looks to reverse it. Santos goes hard to the middle, goes off the glass, doesn't get the roll. Nichols with a rebound, looks long for Torrance, and Spain will look to be expansive. A good transition by Brazil. They get back, they match up. Palau has to get Spain into the half court. Sancho Little knocked away. Good to see. Big aggression defensively. That time Clarissa Santos goes after it. Alba Torrance deep on the shot clock. 3, 4 seconds to go. Torrance. Oh, what a nice little reverse layup. They get another look. There's Torrance on the reverse layup. Caught the backside of the ring. Oh, great little back cut. Hangs onto it. Zagai, feet set, long 2, count it.
Zagai shot very well last night, especially on the 3-point line. A little 15-footer there, great look from Little.
Brazil move it into the half court. They must be aggressive. They can't get too slow with it. Souza needs touches whenever she's free. Let's see how it goes up, blocked from behind, but Palau, Brazil hold on, 4 on the shot clock. Pinto fires it, is off. Palau chases it, Pacheco gets it. Great effort. And Brazil get a new 24.
Yeah, Brazil have still got to prove to me they can actually make an outside jump shot consistently. That's a big element for getting Souza some space under the hoop. That's an offensive foul.
That's an offensive foul, yeah. She doesn't necessarily have to move, does she, Erica Souza? She sets a big screen. And you've got to credit the defense for the way they really did try and ride that ball, the Pinto dribble, so they created space to get through the screen. Spain with the 8-4 lead, 5:23 to go in the first period. Yeah, Palau. Torrance turns the corner, gets to the foul line, looks inside, Nichols gets it, going up. And we've got a foul on Souza, which is a second in very, very quick succession.
Doom and gloom for Brazil there. I mean, they're getting nothing offensively, nothing cohesive, and they're just getting led a merry dance by the Spanish team.
Zagai will handle it on the baseline.
2-3 zone on this inbound for Brazil.
Sancho Little releases, Palau has a look. Little comes high, finds Zagai, great pass, reversed it, Torrance exploits the closeout, and then plays a little bit of football with it.
Old English dribble.
English dribble, yeah. Unfortunately for the England football team, a little bit more effective than most of the England football team on the dribble there. And Brazil have to hang tough here. They have to try and work this through. Souza on the high screen. She doesn't really dive, just exchanges. Spanish defense again, just really extend. Pacheco, guarded by Zagai, nice matchup. Pinto has it, looks underneath, don't pass Santos. They have to go lob to Souza, goes up, and one. Great look for Souza. Gives them an option, gives them a target. Sancho Little probably thought she had everything covered. Pinto found the pass from somewhere.
Sancho Little was a little upset with the call there, but there was a nudge in the midriff of Erica Souza. You know, the Brazilian, I'm trying to find out, trying to look and see where Brazil are opting to attack the Spanish defense. Obviously trying to get Souza the ball. They can't, they're not very successful at it. That was more by fortune, that one. That's going to miss that free throw.
Great job by Little to hang on. Santos had two hands on it. Palau has a chance to push. Nichols runs the floor, great find. Control for Zaga, the three is off. Pacheco has the defensive rebound and runs the floor. They just do not find her in. And that's the third foul on Souza. I would like to see it again. Normally takes a lot to do Sancho Little that badly.
I think Dantas was just about to come in for Souza. Just a second too late.
Let's have a look.
You know what, Mark? That's two teammates that have played a lot against each other in practice, knowing just what the other was going to do.
Palau will bring it down, and that's a huge call for Brazil. Souza picks up the third foul. We've got 4 minutes of the first quarter still to go. Palau tries to turn the corner. Pinto plays great defense, gets a hand on it, and then Palau fouls.
Adriana Pinto. She's the senior member of this Brazilian team.
And Brazil have the athleticism to really contain this Spanish lineup. And at the moment, little dribble orientated. And Palau got herself into a bit of a dark tunnel, should we say, nowhere to go. That's offensive as well. And Santos just about controls herself. Nichols shakes her head. We're going to get a look at this one.
First, Santos did everything she could not to foul on the screen, then just lashed out with her right arm to get open.
Even if it's not that hard, you can't put your hand and arm into the face of the defender.
You cannot extend it. Exactly right.
Here's Palau in the half court.
Everybody watching what they're doing on screens right now.
Spain need to move the basketball. They're so good at it. Zaga penetrates down the middle, is blocked. And Tessa appeared in the middle. Tries to run off the block. Excel goes up, blocked the other way by Torrens. And Spain normally so good at being patient on the penetration, going very early. And Tess gets the first of what could be a number of blocks. Pinto going baseline, nowhere to go. I thought that I'm with who are you with? I thought it came off of Zagai's knees and bounced out of bounds.
I'm not sure. I thought it was just about right, but anyway, it seemed to get upset the Brazilians more, didn't it?
Palau being worked out here. Little foul round jump shot is short. Nichols, great job on the glass. Goes straight back up. Laura Nichols.
They're working the fouls through the Brazilian bigs right now as Dantas picks up her first. This could be, if Dantas gets in the foul trouble as well.
But Dantas picks up foul number one. Brazil already are in the penalty anyway. Laura Nichols. Over the last, well, especially under Coach Mondelo, has really grown into a role with this national team. This is the first. And Nichols, you know, is in the 60s from the free throw line. An area of the game that obviously she would want to improve as a big. You do find yourself on the free throw line a lot. Makes the second. Zaga is up the floor trying to work Pinto. Spanish guards are taking in turns to work the ball out. Santos, little spin, little step, little layup for two.
Nice looking move for Santos. Said before, she was probably the pick of the players of Brazil yesterday. Very hard-working girl. This will be the tournament mark known as the offensive foul, I think.
Needs to have a look, see if we got this one.
That was a good call. Laura Nichols definitely extended on the screen as Pacheco went round her.
I think I'm with you on this. Pacheco just doesn't see enough of the basketball because she's efficient. She doesn't make a lot of mistakes, takes shots when she's open. And with that Palau guard there now, she can move on the perimeter. Now she has a touch, fires it up, is short. Nichols. And Dantas is going to pick up foul number two.
Now
And Laura Nichols will walk the floor to very disjointed game with a lot of fouls being called at the moment. Many of them offensive.
I think Tatiana Pacheco, Mark, is the best athlete on this Brazilian team. She's got everything going for her as far as up and down the floor. She can put the ball on the floor where she struggles. Her ability to knock down the jump shot. You know, she likes to take the three. You can see the foul on the low post from Dantas. Just as Nichols caught it, she reached. And that's the way I'd say, you know, she probably gets enough shots a day, but it's the quality of shots she gets. She's got to be working every day. She can be she could be a European pro player easily.
Meanwhile, after a little delay, Laura Nichols finds herself back on the free throw line. And again, looks a little flat, looks a little bit snatchy. This is the first. Sancho Little can't control it, Zaga can't grab it. Everybody's after it, but Brazil will have possession of the basketball.
Well, Spain had a little fourth quarter blip last night's game against Japan, and they didn't score many times. They haven't really assert themselves as much as they wanted to in this game either.
Well, whoever's clicking the scoreboard over is a little bit underworked at the moment. Pacheco outside the three, guarded by Cruz. Pinto takes the screen, Palau gets over. Pinto backs out, down to 3 on the shot clock. Turnover, chance to run. Cruz in transition is fouled. And Pacheco gives up one for the team.
Underestimate how quick Ana Cruz is.
I think there's a lot of stars on this Spanish team that people talk a lot about, and then a lot of the time Ana Cruz doesn't get the attention that perhaps the talent warrants.
Pacheco was just about to come out of the game, and then the coach saw her coming out, decided to bring Adriana Pinto out instead. So Pacheco stays in.
Well, at the moment, Spain are struggling from the free throw line. A 1 from 5 return at the moment. Make that 1 from 6. Element of possible complacency here for Spain, and Brazil could be the team to exploit it. Michel goes low, nice pass. Little step back, but they're going to call the travel, quite rightly. And Cruz Santos was a little unsure what she was going to do, so therefore, indecision normally results in a travel. Silvia Dominga in the game for Spain, combines with Cruz in the backcourt. Cruz takes the screen, gets the second one from Little. Pull-up jump shot, hits nothing, back of the ring. And Nichols has a chance to push, and this is not the same Spanish team that kicked into clear effortlessly yesterday. Nichols penetrates, far side of the ring, tries to get it inside, does. Santos gets the drop for 2, and with 1:18 to go in the first, Brazil take the 1-point lead. And Brazil giving Spain a lot to think about here. Zaga combines with Cruz. Zaga thinks about the 3, puts it on the floor, floats to the middle for 2.
Tough move, Marta Zaga. 2 subs coming in the game here for Brazil. We've got O'Hara, almost a turnover there. This Pacheco just showed a bit too much to Dominguez. Jacqueline De Paula played 4.5 minutes yesterday.
And Sancho Little will sit down too, as Lara Gill. Mr. Pacheco comes in for Laura Nichols, so changes all round. Only Marta Zaga remains from the starters for Brazil. Pacheco is the starter with Santos that remains for the Brazilian national team. Dominguez defending on the 3-point line. See how backs it out, goes inside. Nice pass to the inside. A lot of traffic, foul called. Nice little move to the inside for Coelho. Good cut. Strong cut. There she goes.
Crowded in the end, wasn't it? Teixeira, Paddy Teixeira. Got the shot away.
So both teams have rotated significantly in this first 10-minute period.
Teixeira started the game yesterday, Mark. Yep. That's one of the guard spots along with Pacheco.
She goes 2 for 2 from the line. Dominguez will inbound. Zaga will give it back to her. And Spain, with the last 30 seconds of a very, very disjointed first period. Cruz hesitates, gets to the glass, is blocked. If you're going to take it in there early, there better be space to actually attack. Fajardo comes up with a block that time. And substitution for Brazil as Deborah Costa joins it. Zagai will inbound. Dominguez will pick and pop. There she is, gets it. Repositioned on the screen. Laura Gill, great rotation. Santos comes up with it. They've got a 3-on-1. Only Cruz is back, and Cruz steals it. You're 3-on-1. You're looking at the opportunity to get the easy 2, and Ana Cruz just plays smart, gets fouled, walk all the way down the other end, and hopefully will start the free throw improvement for Spain.
This is Santos, takes a bang to the left of the face here. Let's have a look from the right of the screen. There. All mistake from Patty Teixeira. 2-on-1, 3-on-1 maybe.
And Cruz, who's a solid free throw shooter without really being one of the best, is 0 for 3 so far from the free throw line. A normal service she hopes is restored. And Brazil tie at, Spain tie at 12. Brazil will hold for the last shot. Costa looks down low. Santos goes up in traffic, gets hit by Gill, and Gill has this, doesn't put a hand up to acknowledge the foul, she puts both palms up to acknowledge the foul. Let's have a look, ball's inside. She's not straight, is she? And she walked forward, so therefore, it's a foul. The scoreboard beginning to light up a lot.
Another low-scoring game, Mark. They've got back-to-back games in the under 15 points per team per quarter.
Well, Spain will think with the number of free throws that they've missed, 6, they should have, been much closer to 20. As Santos makes the second, she'll sit down, she's replaced by Romana. Brazil shows some pressure, 8 seconds left in this first period. Ana Cruz has it, they've delayed it, they've tried to put delay on it, she breaks it down, kicks it, Pascal goes up, doesn't get the drop. Credit Brazil, they took a lot of time out the clock out. We've reached the end of the first period. And the scoreline probably no one here in the Yankee Arena was expecting. Brazil have 13-12 lead. There's confirmation. Mick, it's been scrappy.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. I think Spain have provided much of their own woes, really. The missed shot from the free throw line. I don't feel they've really been as intense as perhaps they needed to be after about the first 2 or 3 minutes. And you see the stat, Brazil, look at that, 5 of 9 inside the arc, 0 of 3. They've shot 12 shots, Spain has shot 15. And the 2 of 8 from the free throw line, really a bugbear for them. Rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds per team. 5 assists for Brazil. They could have done with that sort of teamwork last night. And didn't quite get it. 8 fouls against 5, 9 turnovers for Brazil. They have an Achilles heel, that's their guards, and it's proven again the same tonight.
Well, it's also with Spain having 5 turnovers in a quarter, very high for them. And it's been one of those games, it looks like the game after the party. We had the Turkey performance earlier on, and the game's a little flat, the arena's a little, nowhere near as full. And Spain just come out very flat. They haven't been able to generate a lot of energy. And they've made all those things that when you're flat, you miss free throws, you don't get the shot away. And it's just someone on that team, they're going to look for a spark. Albert Torrens will return, that may be the spark they need. As we see some replays of that first quarter, and another little look at Santos. A lot of celebrations from Brazil, Nick, after every basket.
Well, even the block shots, they've had a couple of block shots down here. The whole bench was jumping around. They get very excited. Well, as well they might, really. If they're going to get this thing going, they've got to do it as a team, and they've got to have some energy as a team.
So, start of the second quarter, Brazil with the single-point advantage. Albert Torrens and Sancho Little and Laura Nichols return. Ana Cruz and Silvia Dominguez remain. Costa still at the point for Brazil. Tries to open out the floor. Sierra's short. Little owns the glass, looks and finds Dominguez, who tries to push to Spain, gets double teamed, reverse it, great ball movement. Albert Torrens always looks to attack it, pulls up the two.
Such a classy move, the crossover to begin with, and the soft touch made feet. Not as easy as a shove as it looks.
Now points in transition, what the doctor orders for Spain. Costa guarded by Dominguez, who shows to the outside. Cruz. Tatiana going baseline, wraps it around. Carrado gets some time and some space. And the 193 center just finishes in her own time.
Well, that is what the doctor orders. She's the third big off the floor, isn't she? After Souza and Dantas.
Nichols wants it down low. They look her up. Here's Albert Torrens, backs out. Goes at Santos, and we've got a whistle. And everyone's looking to see who it is. And the foul is De Paula away from the basketball. So Spain will have the end line possession. Cruz will go back to that side. Pretty play, better pass, would have been a layup. Here's Cruz, 10 on the clock. Goes inside, Laura Nichols going to work to find Little at the high post. 6 on the clock, 5 the long two. Torrens somehow rebound gets to her. Little on the glass and one.
Outstanding work. You know, Albert Torrens made everything, didn't she? Hang around for that loose ball. Reverse laid it with just enough spin to maybe look like it might go in, and Sancho Little followed. 2 hands and completed the and one.
Well, they're looking for a spark, and Albert Torrens has given that little spark. Sancho Little with the effort play. And Silvia Dominguez may go up the floor here, try and work out these Brazilian guards. Costa has to work to get the inbound. Dominguez will just be with her, just make a think coming down the floor. Now she'll play her hard and turns it over. Silvia Dominguez going up, gets the 2 off the glass. And all of a sudden, Spain had some momentum.
Colorado, oh my God. There's Deborah. This number 5 here, played well yesterday. This is really well, but she's having a hard time dealing with Dominguez's speed.
Santos with no pass. Now she's got to work again to find Costa. Costa fires the long 3 is no good. Little owns it, gives it up. Great pass. Cruz will go up and will go up strong and get the 2. And Brazil need the timeout, possibly a possession late. A 21-15 lead for Spain. The first 2 minutes of this second quarter just are owned by Spain. They needed 21-15.
That just can't happen, can it? Deborah Costa gets stripped, and then the layup after that, back-to-back layup. That's why we got a timeout here. Coach Sanon will really have to focus his team. No Souza. No Dantas, they're in foul trouble. Experienced guards are on the bench too. Young crew out there.
But Mick, they still were getting a lot of joy, weren't they, going inside? They still got Carrado, went to her earlier on, and at the moment they still seem to have forgotten that the 193 centers on the floor.
Yeah, but I don't think Colorado will be a one-on-one post player. If you give it the low post, I think she'll struggle to come up with something. You've got to make defenses move around, maybe off the pick and roll where she's more effective on the handoff. And then you put the emphasis with the guards about making decisions. That's a big problem for this Brazilian team.
Well, they make the changes, the Excel's back in, and leave Tatiana in the backcourt too. And Pacheco rejoins the action too. Dantas is back with the 2 fouls. They're gonna need to put it back. There's no point holding her if the game then slips away while she's sitting down. And Pacheco, guarded by Dominguez, who's just will make you think every step of the way. Little pick and pop. Dantas outside the 3. Will look to hand off. Gerard pulls up with the 2. Makes it. She's much better from that range than the three-point line.
Elevation tree from Pacheco. Good leap and ability on her.
Sancho Little will find Nichols. Reversal. Torrens has a look, sees what she has. Looking for Little down low. Little going to work. Turnaround jump shot is short. Nichols is on the glass for two. And Dantas just did not box out.
You can't do that, Dantas. A WNBA player. Just ball watching, didn't know where Nichols was.
Pacheco being worked over by Dominguez. Pacheco keeps it on the dribble. Spends a lot of time getting Brazil into the half court. A little bit like yesterday. Dantas mishandles, spins, gets blocked by Sancho Little. Cruises off to the races. Lob to Torrens, nice pass, and she's got great control to find Cruz. And Dominguez will wait for Sancho Little and Spain into the half court. Torrens on the move. Spain on the move. Dominguez will get it. 6 on the shot clock. They find Sancho Little outside the 3. She goes to work. Gets the layup. It's all about Spain in the last 2 minutes. It's all about Sancho Little. It's all about Albert Torrens. Pacheco with a 3. It's short. Little again with numbers on the glass. Cruz. Foul. They don't get the drop. They'll go to the free throw line. No defensive organisation at all from Brazil, no safety. And Spain rampant. They still only lead by 8 with the throws to go, but it's all about Spain for the last few minutes. Sancho Little needs to take some air from the bench. And Lara Gill back in the game.
Watching Ana Cruz play, it's like watching a road runner out there. She is so quick.
She's so quick off the mark. As soon as they have the ball, she's gone. And she'll be so frustrated and disappointed with the fact she's missed as many free throws. I'm sure that Spain will start to improve that stat. Pacheco sits down. Pinto is back for Brazil.
Here's the problem, Mark. You know, Coach Zanon is just working his way through the guards. He can't find a guard out, a point guard. Can't find a point guard out there to offer any consistency.
Well, Ana Cruz at the moment is doubting herself from the free throw line. It's always a dangerous place to get to.
I think the other thing is once you're a guard, once the coach starts doubting the guards, you forget it, because the guards are all on the floor wondering, am I doing things right?
Nichols goes up with the offensive rebound, kisses it off the glass. Got herself balanced, becoming a huge asset for this team. Dominguez. Now she's working Pinto over. Gallardo reverses the basketball. Dantas puts it on the floor, falls up, jump shot is long, and Nichols stays active. Dantas jogs back. Cruz is off to the races again.
No teamwork really from Brazil. Is it one shot, passes, shot goes down, big deal.
Brazil takes the timeout. Modelo claps. Spain celebrate. Brazil take the timeout. And this is sweet. Cruz doesn't change what she does. Stays with what works for her. Great little pull up from the foul line. And a 12-point advantage for Spain. They are rampant. 5:50 to go in the half.
Go back to again, Mark. They really haven't got a clue what shot they want every time down the floor. That last play, Dantas, I think the second pass, he goes up with a 15-footer. And it's the same. Your jump shots don't go down. You've got to work your way through. You've got to work harder for the points, haven't you?
Well, I think as well, they lost their way from when Pinto sat down. And then Pinto was struggling, but at least she was trying to be a point guard.
Yep.
And from that point on, Pacheco got to where she was yesterday, trying to almost beat it on the dribble 2 or 3 times every time down the floor. And now they're losing confidence with what they were trying to do, which is a very, very dangerous sign. And Coach Mondero hasn't really got deep into his rotation, because this has been a close game and Spain has struggled. But they were looking for a spark, and they go to the superstar with effort from Sancho Little. And they're just, and Silvia Dominguez at the point is just working out whoever's at the point, and now they go with Zagai back. So the defensive questions being asked by Spain get even greater. Brazil, end line possession. Pacheco back, 5:50 to go in the half. They trail 12.
Well, Dominguez will be loving this time on the floor right now.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, Pacheco back in the game. They cannot find the combination they like.
Pacheco has it, comes off the screen. Zagai goes under it. Just about getting to Pacheco. Pinto looks inside. They go inside now to Dantas. Inside, outside. Pinto is short with a 3. Taken almost in hope, but in expectation. Zagai finds Dominguez. They look down low. No option this time. Brazil showing a little 2-3 zone, trying to look to see if that can stem the flow. Silvia Dominguez finds Nichols. Opposite elbow, Torres on the closeout, travels.
So no way is that trouble, because Albert Torrens is so good at getting the ball out of the hands so quickly.
It's almost an automatic. Once they see a pivot foot, if you go the other way, they seem to call it regardless. Dantas outside the three. Lara Gill offers a space. Pacheco is long with the three this time. Nichols is just a colossus on the glass. Dominguez backs it out. Great pass. Nichols on the trail. High-low pass. Lara Gill. How to execute the break.
That's exquisite, isn't it? At times they just come up with such teamwork, and in contrast, Brazil just struggling to find any teamwork.
Pacheco on the dribble. Gill shows hard. Now recovers. They rotate. Fajardo looking for options. Hands it off. Pacheco has it knocked away. Dominguez 3-on-2 break here for Spain. Torrens for two. A shrug at his shoulders. A disinterested look from the whole of the lineup for Brazil on the floor, and Souza's going to have to come back with a 3 fouls. Possibly should have come back sooner. That's offensive. Oh, they called it off Dominguez. Well, it has to be a flop. She called a hold. I ain't seeing that again, Mick.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the substitution either. You know, I don't see how Fajardo can be blamed for the offensive lack of coordination.
Well, Dantas hasn't seen an offensive rebound or even an attempt for it for a while. Here's Pinto. 16-point deficit for Brazil.
It might well be in Brazil with all those drops, Mark.
Exactly. Pacheco for three. Well, in terms of efficiency and returns, possibly the only player holding their own out there at the moment.
6 points in the game, 19, 6 versus 19.
Great ball movement, almost too quick for Lara Gill. Just about gets it to Silvio Dominguez. Zagai finds Little on the baseline for two. Gill gets to go put it up. Zagai takes it, makes it. Great recognition by Marta Zagai. The ball didn't hit anything. She realized it. Two on the shot clock. Got it, shot it, made it. The drums go on. It's almost, as the drums get quicker, Spain get quicker. Pinto outside, we'll move it on. Dantas gonna hand off. Pacheco guarded by Little. Great rotation by Zagai. Dantas settles for the jump shot again, and Little settles for another rebound. And Silvio Dominguez will bring it and get Spain into the half court. Zagai, Gill wide open, will turn it down. Skip pass. Ball just doesn't stick. Great look for Dominguez. Puts it on the floor. 7 on the shot clock. Lara Gill penetrates. Is fouled and one.
Real fast. Gets the zone. You enter one side. Reverse it once. Reverse it twice. Get the defense moved around. A pump fake gets one up in the air, and we've got a layup against the zone.
And things, obviously, Silvio Dominguez doing a great job. Steps out. Brazil get no breather as Lau Palau comes in.
Well, I would have left Dominguez in. Yeah, I mean, you know, she's having a roll. This team is running because of her.
And then she joins the party of not making free throws, and Marta Zagai just gets another play. Brazil are just, well, they're AWOL. They're absent without leave here. Skip pass, finds Torres, moves it on. Ball just moves. Sancho Little high-low, and they just can't connect with the pass. Gill made the baseline cut. Sancho Little gave her a pass, I think, that Sancho Little could have called.
Yeah.
And just to make matters worse for Brazil, Ana Cruz is going to join the action. Pinto penetrates far side of the ring. Lara Gill is charged with a foul. She was a little late on the help.
She got all hand on the ball.
I think she played with her stomach, didn't she?
What else was on the hands for other places?
Nothing.
You know what? That was a push-off by Pinto, too.
I don't see that at all. There wasn't really contact. The block was pretty clean, and Pinto cleared out. And I think we've ruled out every option except for the defensive foul there, Nick. But we get the replay. So this is a 25-6 period here for Spain. And they're still woeful from the free throw line as well. Pinto, chance to get Brazil to 20. She does. Well, a little bit of pressure. They have to get it over now. Now Palau looks, she knows she's got to get it over. Goes long. Beautiful work by Cruz to give her a pass option. Even when they're struggling, they move for each other. Nichols opens out, goes inside to Gil, who almost turns it over. Messy offense for Spain. And Coach Mondello has seen enough of that one set of plays that aren't the level he expects. He takes the timeout. 37-20 with 1:59 to go in the half.
I'm sure Mondello will just review the zone offense. Looking at scoreline mark, it's been an incredible second period for Spain. Lead by 17. Will not want to take any pressure off here.
Well, what we were talking about yesterday, Mick, is the fact that he played great for 3 quarters, and they played poorly in the fourth. Now maybe their start to the game here was a result of their poor performance in the fourth last yesterday. It's about having some momentum and keeping doing the same things. And Mondello knows that. He knows his team enjoy playing with each other. They're just going to play at the same level.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm impressed with the way the second fives come on here. And Dominguez and Cruz are really, I think they were responsible for this turnaround so quickly. A couple of steals, a layup as well for Cruz. I think Dominguez had a turnover and a layup, and then Cruz came back with a layup as well. That made it 6 and 8 points, and now we're at 17. So little sparks like that have really opened this game up, really broke the back of it.
So sideline possession, 8 seconds on the possession. And Coach Mondello will know exactly what he wants his team to give him in this 8 seconds of offense. Cruz tries to turn the corner, does off the second screen. 3 on the clock, needs it, finds Nichols for the 3. She lets it go, it's short. Pinto just chases it down. She'll bring it. And Dantas way outside the 3 will reverse the basketball. Pacheco moves it on. Great show by Nichols, and they're going to call a foul. She showed hard. Spain have only committed 2 in the period, so...
A shame too. I don't think Nichols needed to even reach. She just got quick position out. Pinto couldn't make it, take advantage. She was on her way backward, dribbling.
Pinto, 14 reset, moves it on. Dantas again spending most of the offense outside. Souza goes up, surely does score. Now Gil gambled a little, and she'll probably sit down after that as Pascal looks like she's coming in.
No matchup really for Souza, is she?
No. We'll stay with a little zone. Nichols, baseline, penetration, wraps it. And Zardai couldn't handle the pass. Lucio Pascal will rejoin. Laura Nichols, disappointed. Sometimes you get the impression here with Spain, they get these runs, they get up in the game, then they'll just relax and just see the game out. They're such a pleasure to watch if they maintain their level. Souza just about hangs on. Here's Paxiao, guarded by Zardai. Pinto will hand it off. Pacheco turns the corner, down the middle, goes up, blocking foul, and will shoot 2. And for the first time in a while, Spain get a little passive with their defense, and Brazil do attack. It just shows the margins, Mick, are so small. You know, if Spain take their foot off the pedal for just a moment, Brazil look like they can compete in the game.
I'll hold on. I just don't see how Brazil can consistently work their way back into a game. That's my only issue. I don't know where the points are going to come from. Because as soon as one player comes out, the adjustments then means they have to go somewhere else, and that's the problem. This young lady here, Tatiana Pacheco, has got something about her. There's no doubt about it.
She's got a chance here to make this a 13-point game, which she does. The game is eking out to 18, which was the biggest lead that Spain had. Back to 13 now. Make that 15. As Ana Cruz just slices through the defense. No effort at all to take away the penetration. Pinto. Palau gets over the top of the screen. Dantas again outside the 3 and throws it, almost throws it away. Pascal gets a little piece. surely Dentes, when she's made that pass, has got to make some move to the glass.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's slight elements of this Dantas that just tend to give up on stuff very easily.
Souza, backseat, goes to the right hand, and one. Well, they play with what looks like emotion. They've got to play their defense with that type of emotion, and then they may have a chance of getting back into this and closing this to a manageable number. Mondello takes the timeout. Spain lead at 39-26. Well, Mondello is going to want to run the whole of this 24 and get the shot he wants to finish it. He'll want to talk as well at half-time about the way that she's not coped with Souza since she's come back in the game.
Yeah, bold move, wasn't it, bringing it back on 3 fouls. She's done very well, passing on 3 fouls. I'd love to say, Mark, I'd love to see an adjustment to this Brazilian team as they go move forward to the Olympics. And that's moving Pacheco to the point guard position. She's a long-range athlete. All you're going to do is work on her dribbling skills. Does she have the intelligence to work that position? I don't know. From what I've seen from the other guards, maybe Deborah Costa might be the next thinking guard out there.
Well, you definitely want to see if they at least have the ability to share that guard responsibility, because at the moment she's running the 3 and they over-dribble a little. Coach Zenon's getting a little animated. I think he's getting a little animated by Coach Mondello taking a little too long, should we say, at the timeout. I think Coach Zenon's got a few more pressing problems than Coach Mondello's time in his timeouts at the moment.
Yeah, you're right. I think he's taking his frustrations out on other things. And
that's up to the referees to sort that out. Here is Erica Souza on the free throw line to close this to a 12-point game, which she can't do, and Little gets another rebound. And Palau will make sure they use air. The only reason they won't take 24 seconds here is if they get a really wide open look. Little hands off to Zargai. We'll find Alba Torrens. They look lob to Little, wasn't there. Palau going baseline, needs a pass, wraps it. Nichols, short jump shot is good. And talk about work options. Talk about look for what you have, and then still have counters. That's a great way to end the period for Spain. They lead this on this 2 from Nichols, who's really developing a soft touch from that type of range. They have the halftime lead, 41-26.
Well, the Brazilians will troop off. I don't think they can be very happy with a complete 20 minutes there. They've had moments where they've looked good. They definitely want to win this game with the emotion when they come up with big plays. And their numbers look 10 for 18. They cannot shoot the ball from the perimeter, 0 for 7. And the only thing that's really keeping them even close, maybe the free throws. Spain, a missed 9. This game could be mid-20s if they'd have been more consistent. Assists, but rebounding all the way of Spain, and they've 9 offensive rebounds against 9 defensive for Brazil. There's no way Brazil should be out-rebounded by anybody under their own bucket.
Well, that'll do it for the first half. Poor first period for both teams to an extent. Spain came through in that second period, sparked by Little, sparked by Cruz, and in particular sparked by Silvia Dominguez. They lead at 41-26. We'll take a break. We'll leave you with some highlights. And most of those highlights will be second quarter highlights, as Spain have the 41-26 lead. We'll see you in around 12 minutes. Welcome back inside the Ankara Arena. As you can see, a fair number of empty seats in this beautiful facility in Ankara, but those here are having fun. They're having fun because Spain put on a clinic for parts of that second period, and it really gave Brazil some questions they really weren't able to answer. But in saying that, 15-point game at the half, it's not out of sight for Brazil at all. You just hope they can find a way to find a recipe to give themselves a chance to get back into this. Mick, where can Brazil go to try and stop this Spanish team?
Well, one thing Mark, I think, need to do is sort out what they want to do each offense down the floor. Are they going to just make it up as they go along? Are they going to, with each offense, have something to attack to? And then they have to decide where they want to attack to choose the offenses. Is it going to be Souza? Is it going to be Dantas? Are they going to get a jump shot or Pacheco? Or something going to the hoop for Pacheco? But I'm sure, I just don't feel they've got that much organization to decide the team knows where the shots are going to get taken each time. And until they sort that out, they'll never beat any of these top teams.
Well, the unfortunate thing for Brazil is that Spain have had their bad quarter in the first one in this and the fourth one yesterday. So I can't see Coach Mondello allowing his team, especially as they're going to have the day without a game tomorrow. Every team here gets a rest day in terms of matches. I'm sure that a number of teams will be preparing for the third game, which will be crucial in many teams' case. And so Spain won't want to let up and finish this game on anything less than a quality performance. So Brazil are going to have to find a way early to find a way to, one, stop Spain in transition, because Spain was just exceptional, Mick, when they got stops.
You know, I thought the second quarter with the introduction of Dominguez and Cruz, that was where they were at the best. I'm not sure Palau and Torrens are really mentally focused for this game. And slow start they got off to. It's a real, what was the first quarter score?
The first quarter score was 13-12 to Brazil.
Yeah, so it's going to be tough going. Brazil need to get into it. They trail by 15 right now. If they don't make a start early on, it's going to be a hard second half. And you mentioned about their shape. If they are out of shape, they're not in prime shape, they're going to struggle the fourth quarter then, for sure.
So here we go. Third quarter. The last game of day 2. And Spain will have the first possession. Palau creates a little passing angle and will get Spain into the half court. Action away from the ball. Torrens comes off 2 screens. There's a lot of back screens, a lot of double screens and staggered screens. Sancho Little needs a pass, finds a pass. Palau, 8 on the clock, goes inside to Nichols, who had a drop step for an easy 2. Settles for a fadeaway, and Souza comes down with a defensive rebound. Pinto pushes.
Well, Brazil came out like this yesterday, very physical, very aggressive. Just trying to make this a bit more of a scrappy game.
Pinto puts it on the floor, now has a matchup with Nichols. Surely she'll go at her. No, she picks it up. And Sancho Little gets a piece of it. Nichols gets a piece of it. Everyone gets a piece of it. Turnover, 4 on. Well, 3 on 2 break becomes 4 on 4, 4 on 5, and then Little makes it 5 on 5. So normal service restored. Zago lines up the 3, short, no rhythm on it. Nichols does what she's been doing all game and outworks everybody. Sancho Little foul line jump shot is off. It's almost as though it's a little too easy for Spain. They're not in any rhythm at all. Straight out of the break, out of the halftime break.
And this is the same 5 that started the game, and it just didn't click, did it? And it's not clicking right now either. Big chance for Brazil to get back into it.
Well, Pinto will bring it. Pixiao. This is better from Brazil because Pixiao in particular not putting it on the floor and looking to really to spend too much time on the dribble. And we keep, mentioning the fact that Tatiana Pacheco is an option for them. They never reverse the ball and find her with a good look or a long closeout. Pinto on the screen, gets her feet set, doesn't take the 3. Palau gets surprised that she doesn't take it. Souza, deep, goes to the right hand, turnaround is no good. And Sancho Little finds Palau. Spain in transition, but it's not the same sort of intensity they had in that second quarter. Zaga wide open for 3 is off. Nichols comes up with another offensive rebound. Palau with a new 24. Torrens will look inside. Nichols' baseline jump shot is no good. Sancho Little keeps it alive. Albert Torrens kicks it. Zage thinks, and you can't do anything but compliment Spain on the offensive rebound, but Brazil are false misses and just can't even get an offensive rebound. Torrens lines up the three. Got it! You cannot give Spain 4 attempts and expect to keep them empty. Pinto, no option to bring it in. Pacheco relieves the pressure. 18-point lead. The joint biggest lead of the game for Spain. Pacheco penetrates, nowhere to go, backs it out. Souza with a big screen. Pacheco still on the dribble, got what it deserved. Gets blocked, gets turned over, and Zargai looks to push. Palau in transition. And then we've got a foul where we grab the back. Sideline possession for Spain.
Love to see that again, Mark. That's unsportsmanlike. That's a two-handed grab.
It's got to be a legitimate attempt to play the basketball. Basketball action, I think, is the sort of way it's described, and that was a grab from behind. Palau. Brazil still showing his zone. They push the back up quite high, and they leave the baseline wide open. Nichols looks, gets contact, gets the 2 and 1.
As soon as they stick Sancho Little on that high post and they've worked around that back man of the zone, comes all sorts of problems for you.
Well, biggest lead of the game, 20 is the margin. Well, Spain were woeful, 33% from the free-throw line in the first period. It's not necessarily about this game because there are 20 clear. It's about habits, it's about doing the same thing every game, and Nichols starts the second half exactly as Spain would want. Pacheco outside again, the ball gets stuck. Checo moves it on, Pinto, the ball gets stuck again. Pacheco on the long closeout, goes inside. Souza goes up with a tough shot, great rotation, and Little just owns it, has it knocked away. That'll be a Spain basketball.
I would say the referees are swallowing their whistles. There's a big moving screen against Brazil. And then maybe Little got fouled too, but whistle definitely works.
It's pass, full stop, pass, full stop. Through most offense that Brazil run at the moment. Ball skip, Palau catches it, passes it, lobs it, and Little seals their space. They just threw it into the space between her and the ring. Easy to Pacheco, who hasn't seen the ball until then on offense in this period. The long 3 for Pinto is good. And the Turkish fans who stayed around for this game would obviously support the underdog and would obviously like to see Spain struggle a little bit. Torrens skips to inside to Sancho Little, moves it on, extra pass, Zage on the closeout, looks inside to Lara Nichols, goes up, tough shot with a fadeaway, hits nothing. And they get a reset on the 24 because Pinto did get control of the ball and then stepped out of bounds. Dantas is into the game, and Santos will sit down. 20-point lead, 5:55 to go in the third. Spain maintaining their level. Palau fires it from way downtown because there was no time on the clock. And possibly the first time in the game they weren't aware of the situation.
It was a reset.
It did reset it. But then they decided not to reset it. We missed that, that's our fault, or my fault. But they must have decided that Pinto landed out of bounds when she had it, so therefore there was no control. 49-29. Checo can't get it in. It's underlined the woes that Brazil are going through at the moment. They get a 5-second sideline call. It's just that only one person recognized it and got three. 3 other Brazilians stood still.
Yeah, when you take away that point, you're right, Mark. You set a screen, you open to the ball, and that was half the problem. I think Dantas at fault.
Yep. Little again high. She's really being effective right in this area. Goes to the little handoff to Nichols. He's short. Pinto has a chance to run. She has no numbers. She beats everybody down the floor on the dribble. Now she finds Souza in the block. Inside, outside, Dantas travels. And the one thing you can say about the officials in that particular instance is they're consistent.
Yeah, exactly right. I'm not sure that... I mean, it's got to be very close to being a travel, but it's one of those elements you think, well, it's not that obvious, don't call it.
It's again that sort of... Although she did make a crossover step, so maybe pull back and let that go. Little... And a whistle.
Foul on Dantas here, so third of the game. Souza on 3.
Again, Mick, it's not about hard work, is it? There's no reason to foul. Why does Dantas even want to start looking for that sort of steal right there? It's not going to happen. Just get down, play defense, offensive foul on Palau, and she looks perplexed and resigned, I think is the description I would use. There's been a few interesting breaks in play, and like the first quarter at time, it's getting a little bit disjointed because of the number of calls being made. Not that they're wrong, it's just it's making the game disjointed. Pacheco again on the dribble. Dantas tries to turn the corner, still doesn't make the keyway. Pacheco with a long 2 is off. Offensive rebound is Pinto, who just nails the 3, gives it a little pump in the fist. As they close the lead to 17. Torrens finds Palau, who's open. Looks inside the little, who's always open at the high post. Torrens penetrates, gets contact. And again, Torrens going into traffic, nowhere to go, and someone reaches.
Good substitution coming in. Dominguez and Cruz, you see they have the same effect as they did the first half. The speedy Cruz.
Speedy Cruz, did you say?
Cruz, yeah, exactly right.
Dominguez enjoying herself at the point. Brazil in the penalty. Sancho Little finds Cruz, who attacks it on the dribble. Dominguez gets into a gap, pulls the trigger, doesn't get the roll. Tough shot, deep on the shot clock.
Brazil are going to sit back in that zone. I think they've found enough success in that defense.
A little hesitation. Pinto kicks it. Pacheco just about hangs on. Pacheco on the dribble, gets it back to Pinto, who now calls it. Only 9 on the shot clock. Brazil not into the half court. Pinto off the dribble, tries to turn the corner, floats it, has it blocked, and Cruz hunts it down. And Spain off to the races at numbers 3 on 2. And Dantas, already with 3 fouls, finds herself picking up her full. And Mick, surely Dantas should be going to the offensive boards, not going back safe.
No doubt about it. I think that's one thing I noticed last night about Brazil. The rebounding responsibilities, they're on them. You know, you're a Dantas, you're that big, you don't get back safety. You get yourself on the board and see if you can get 1 or 2 rebounds. You got enough guards to get back. It's not like there's that many fast-breaking teams here at the tournament.
And Anna Cruz will, I don't care if teams are practicing or not practicing or whatever they're doing. I know that she'll be in the gym tomorrow, shooting free throws. But just can't find it. Someone's, again, mental. More than anything else, it's mental now for her. Here's Pinto. Pacheco off the down screen, looks underneath. Souza deep with Little guarding it. Nice move. What a celebration. A lot of energy on the celebration. Here's Cruz. 15-point game. Back cut. Torrens to...
What a great pass, too.
Just a great read. They read each other so well. Here's Pinto and Brazil. Possession by possession, trying to work their way back into this. Pinto on the dribble, looks underneath. Souza wants to chart the pass angle changed. Well, they do, but he's not open anymore. Pacheco pulls the trigger for 3. Is short, just a little bit outside the current comfort range. And with 3:05 to go in the third, Coach Mondero takes the timeout with Spain in the lead by 51-34. As we see Souza kissing it off the glass for 2, and everybody in a green shirt celebrates. So we saw how they struggled yesterday, Spain. And how keen will Coach Mondello be to just keep the level?
Yeah, I think the slow period has gone already at that first period. I don't think they'll have another quarter as pedantic as or pedestrian as yesterday's. And I'm assuming they'll go on to really finish this game off, especially with Dominguez and Cruz so buoyant in the first half. As Brazil are going to come out man-to-man, which does surprise me.
Is it man-to-man? Because Pacheco looks like she's at the zone. Someone looks like they're in the other.
Yeah, right,
still a zone.
Yeah.
A little bit of extension on the defense. Here's Torrens, who finds Cruz. They move it. Torrens moves beautifully after the pass. Flares, wraps it to little. That's a tough pass. There's too much traffic. Sierra moves it. They find Santos high, who's back in. And they stop again, which allows Spain just to set their defense. Sierra moves it on. Pacheco, 9 on the shot clock. Santos tries to barrel away, and they're going to call Laura Nichols for the foul. And I'm struggling with that too, because that was clean.
Yeah, I don't think the referee actually got the view of it. She was blindsided by Nichols. She didn't really see what happened. Whether Nichols reached for it. I think the ball just touched Nichols on the chest and then dropped to the floor.
Yeah. But there's if you can't see it, if you don't have a great view of it, you've got 2 other officials who must have a different view.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And if you can't see it, you can move. Cruz crosses over, penetrates, beautiful little pass to Torrens, who stays active and finds Nichols. Torrens gets it back, skip pass. Dominguez thinks, gets it back to Nichols. Pretty ball movement. Alba Torrens finishes off the ball movement with a 3.
The Spanish bench were up on their feet before the ball had even left the hands of Alba Torrens. Celebration time. Beautiful movement.
Pacheco moves it on. Pacheco again on the dribble. Tries to barrel away through. We got a whistle. Sideline ball after the foul. And Dominguez is charged with the personal. Lauren Gill. And Gill looks fine, doesn't she, when she's playing with Sancho Little?
Yeah, when she's the biggest player on the floor, that's when Spain don't look as menacing.
Yeah. Oh, nice little handle by Pacheco. Pulls up, nails the 2. Much more definite. 3 dribbles and got open there off the crossover. Nice little move, gets the easy 2. That's a blocking foul. We're back at the free throw line.
Well worked from Dominguez. So wily, Silvia Dominguez.
Sierra. Again, if you're coaching from a Brazilian perspective, Mick, the ball's going to the sideline.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just the foul was drawn supremely by Dominguez.
Yeah.
We're talking about an expert out there.
Absolutely. Dominguez on the free throw line. Will she improve the Spanish percentage? Sweet-looking free throw, very simple. Everything in a straight line. Sancho Little in shot. Silvia Dominguez to go 2 for 2 from the line to move it back out to a 19-point Spain advantage, which she does. Santos will bring it, guarded by Gill, and gets it off to Pacheco. Cruz guards her. Santos looks to hand off. They just take the handoff away. Dominguez is just chasing Teixeira, who goes inside and draws contact from Sancho Little, who herself did everything she needed to do and then just wanted a little bit too much.
Yeah, you obviously feel you're 19 points up. You let the Brazilians make these tough shots because Teixeira's under a lot of pressure just to get it up there, really.
Sancho Little picks up foul number 2. So Pascual comes in. 19-point lead. Teixeira on the free throw line. Ramona will come back. Checo sits down.
And the free throw line to shoot 2,
Teixeira on the free throw line. Important for Brazil. She's got to keep this scoreboard ticking over. And then believe that Brazil will get a run at some point with enough time to get this game around the 10-point mark. Dominguez, she pushes, looks long. Pascal, good hands, needs a pass, finds one somehow. And Cruz will back it out, and Dominguez calls it, demands it. Oh, there's the exchange on the horn set. Dominguez breaks the defense down, wraps it. Torrens thinks, fires it for three. Back-to-back threes, Albert Torrens.
As he's saying, she's not a consistent shooter. Only has 3 threes this half, isn't it?
Oh, she's stroking it at the moment. Axial, Fajardo in the game for Brazil, hands it off. Axial takes a tough one, kisses it off the glass for 2. And Spain just comes straight back at you. Albert Torrens, with a little mishandle, hangs on. Dominguez will now set. And that just gives Spain so much more time in the half court if they push early. Dominguez hesitates, wraps it down, inside, outside. Cruz pulls up, long 2, count it.
Beautiful, even the big Pasqua had the confidence not to take the 2-foot shot and just dish it out for the 2.
Xiao tries to work the screen, turn the corner. Now she's got to look to create off that. Tatiana with the 3 is off. Pascal needs a pass, got to keep it up, has it ripped away, and the held ball. And you've got to get your bigs to keep it up and be big.
That's quite an interesting jump ball as well, because it will go to Brazil here.
Which gives them 0.7 of a seconds to play with it.
And Spain get the ball on the restart of this quarter.
Spain have no foul to give, so they're going to try and stay clean here. 0.7. Enough time to catch it and shoot it. They go to Souza, doesn't get the roll. No, they can't score. The offensive rebound doesn't count, I'm sure. This will be an interesting one. There's no replay yet, is it? They don't have the replay rule.
It's not even a debate, is it?
It's not even in. You can't shoot it, and it hits the ring, and it comes out, and you put it up in 0.7 of a second. They can look. I'm not sure. Can they look? Can they officially look now? The answer is yes. Let's have a look. Are we going to get a look? This will take a while to rewind it. Mick Brazil at 21 down. Here we go, great angle. She catches. What, 0? I can't really see the light. The light's not very clear.
Yeah, but 0 and the ball's in the hand. I think that's what they did. They stopped it. There's no basket here.
Yeah, no basket. It's good the officials are sure. They have to be sure, and they are. And so at the end of the third period, Spain have extended to a 21-point lead, 61-40, a 20-14 third period, in control. I'm sure Mondela will want to keep it at the same level. If they let up, Brazil have shown they can score, have the chance to get back. Here are the stats. So Brazil first out on the floor after the much anticipated decision by the officials to allow or disallow the basket at the end of the third. And because they got the ball with 0.7 to go, they have to make a tough play. Spain get the first 24-second possession of the fourth quarter. It never rains, it pours. Albert Torrens, who's extended minutes in this second period, just thrives on playing. Dominguez off the screen. Spain tried to overload. Great pass. Everybody looks at Torrens. Dominguez saw Gill.
I can't figure out why Gill was wide open in the back of that zone. See, the back of that zone just went following through on Torrens.
Yeah, they just looked and saw Torrens cut baseline. Souza hangs on, skips it round. Tatiana with time for 3 is off. Santos. is fouled as she goes back up.
Yeah, good offensive rebound there, Clarissa Santos. You know, she had a good fourth quarter yesterday against the Czech Republic where she kept battling and kept going away. And I see the same today. You're not happy with that call, Mark?
Not really. Here she is on the free throw line. Makes the first. Got to credit Erica Souza a great deal. She's really competitive still on the glass, even though she's carrying those fouls. Offensive rebound and misses the putback and doesn't hang on. Rice smile as she gets back, and somehow Spain contrived for it to hit the sideline.
There's that element Mark you were talking about where Laura Gill becomes the prime object rebounding-wise. Just steps out of bounds there from Cruz. So in goes Little.
Cruz up the floor, almost gets the steal. Pacheco will be faced by Cruz all the way down the floor, and Cruz just makes her work so hard. Souza releases the pressure. Santos gets it back to Pacheco. Ball still not gone beyond the foul line. And we're at 7 on the shot clock. Pacheco still on the dribble.
Anna Cruz's defense is just phenomenal. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she had to call the offensive foul.
Even I'm going to clap that defense.
And you know what, Mick? Pacheco's shown us that she has the ability to explode into space. Great defense by Cruz. But if you dribble it that many times and go nowhere, the defense has you under control. And Anna Cruz is quick enough to do that. That's super defense. Dominguez will bring it for Spain. Trying to match up in this zone. Dominguez has space, she penetrates. Anna Cruz penetrates, far side of the ring, is fouled, and she will go to the free throw line. And she doesn't look too pleased about it. She's back at the line again.
Yeah, Cruz very, very talented. She's going to go back to Orenburg again next year, Mark. Play for the Liberty this summer. And before that, she's Rivas Coppola. She grew up with that Madrid club. 5 years there she was.
Well, she finally gets the drop, and she just looks and has a right smile. That makes her 2 for 9 on the game. Now they'll start to drop, Nick. Now it'll be smooth as you like. Third one. Gill, offensive rebound. Never stops working. When you're coming in with a roll, as Laura Gill does, you've got to be a worker, and she works so hard. Dominguez, they leave her alone. She goes inside to Sancho Little. She reverses it. Cruz breaks the defense down again. Dominguez penetrates, kicks. Cruz for 3. Got it!
Can't make a free throw.
Can't make a free throw.
Drop the 3.
And this Spanish team have a great, great rhythm and share the ball, and they move off the ball. That makes it so easy. Santos, Pacheco, ball stuck. Oh, beautiful cut by Souza. Nice pass. Great little finish. Textbook close play. Great lead pass. 8 to go in the game. Spain have it by 24. Cruz. We'll move it on to Zagai. Finds Little long too. Seems to like that shot. And as you said earlier, Mitch, she's really added that dimension to a game. That makes her such a threat.
Tell you what, this is going to be no way can you say the USA are going to be a guaranteed gold medalist this year. I don't see it. France, Spain, possibly Turkey. We'll all have something to say about it.
Santos guarded by Gill outside. Derrick's inside. Stolen by Little. She gets a piece and steals. Souza stays with it, but steps on the sideline. You've got to give Souza some credit here, and she's still working hard. She's trying all she can, but she must be frustrated.
I think if Souza's one of those players that had more effect on the perimeter, then she'd be fine. But if you don't have the perimeter players to get at the ball, then her effect is completely gets wasted.
Zagai calls it in the half court, finds Little. And everyone on this Spanish team is prepared to work off the ball to create the right pass. Zagai penetrates down the middle, breaks it down, kicks it to Little, foul line, jump shot is good. Well, no let up in the fourth this time. 7 to go. They lead this by 71-43. Racking up the points at the moment. Spain and Brazil have no answer.
Like an education going on out there right now.
Both ends of the floor, and Gill just outworks again. Gives it up to Cruz. Skips to Dominguez. Lobs a little on the inside. Going to work, little fadeaway two, doesn't get the roll. Souza adds to her personal tally. Pinto pushes, nice pass. Great little look.
The best break they've had all night, Brazil. Looking look.
They released the ball and ran the floor, didn't they? Excellent execution, beautiful pass by Pinto. Zargai is fouled as Gil tried to hand it off. And Nuria Martinez will join the game for Spain, replacing Ana Cruz. And Mondello won't want any let up here. He had that downtime in the game against Japan. And if you're coming off the bench after that, you know you can't let him down at the moment. Well, they go upstairs, and there's a holding foul as Sancho Little ran the back cut. Could have gone further upstairs. Could have gone to the second floor on that one. We're shooting threes. No, we're not. That will be the fourth team foul for Brazil. Still 6:17 to go.
Fourth foul for Santos too. Comes out of the game.
Little moves it, Dominguez. Quality performance by Dominguez. Gil gives it a little screen. Dominguez tries to turn the corner, beautiful pass. They share it to Little. Off the glass for two.
Outrageous. That's a look past to Dominguez, and then old school.
Gotta love it. Brazil chasing shadows.
They are indeed.
Hello, pulls up, is fouled on the way up. And Martinez, if she wants time, can't be reaching on jump shots. So Elo will go to the free throw line. Getting a first action of the late night game here in Ankara. Misses the first, and has a chance to just keep it ticking over for Brazil. And don't forget, because of the way this group has gone, as Souza gets the offensive rebound, can't complete, Little can. The way this group has panned out, Mick, there'll be a game between Japan and Brazil for a third qualifying spot.
Or a ticket home.
Or a ticket home. Martinez, little crossover. Finds a little space, go on baseline, needs a pass, finds Dominguez. Sancho Little tries to share it with everybody else. It's almost, you've just given me two great looks, I'm going to give you one. And then they thought she was shooting it. Pinto is fouled, that won't count.
No, you can never tire of scoring, surely. Sancho Little just got a little, well, again, you're going to give me another shot. Let somebody else have one.
Now a Gil conditioned to think Sancho has it, I've got a rebound.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Sancho Little actually acknowledged the foul.
And the referee gave still running.
And he gave the ball back to Spain. She tripped over. She knew she'd done it. Not totally intentionally at all. Knew she'd done it.
And the referee just ran down the other end of the floor.
And again, Mick, there's two other officials on the floor. They can communicate and just work that out, surely. Little fills the double team, moves it on. Martinez stolen. Everyone ran away from her. Oh, travel. Maybe I'm not looking at the same.
Yeah, it was. I think it's just the end of the get. Oh, beautiful play, Dominguez.
Penetrates.
Spain might need a timeout here.
So Zargai's still in the game. She gets back, but Ramono gets the two. 24-point game now for Spain. And Mondello will not want this to finish. Nichols is going to come back, and Leticia Romero comes in. Zargai. turns it over. Montelo's not going to like this. Well, he's putting all the changes in one go. Rodriguez is going to come in from Zagai. Romero comes in. Laura Nichols comes in for Sancho Little. Costa comes in for Brazil. Massive changes, both teams. Now, if you're Leticia Romero and Rodriguez, you're going to want to finish far better than you did yesterday, surely. Difficult time, though, for players coming in this situation, though. Here's Costa. Gets it to Romano, who tries to barrel inside, throws up a bit of a prayer. It's not answered, and that ball will belong to Spain. Well, Romano, here she handles it. Come all the way through the ranks of Spanish age group basketball. Successful European champion at every age group. Martinez rips it through, is fouled. She'll step to the free throw line with 3:49 to go.
Number 6,
Yeah, Romero's one of these Spanish players with Martinez on the floor, Florida State graduate. Back in, I think she's signed with Avenida again for next year.
Makes the first. First play with the Spanish national team in 2004, has been in and out, so to speak, of the team. Played in 2010, hasn't played since, misses the second. Costa. Nice look. And foul called. Nichols is still not going to give anybody anything easy. 3:40 to go.
You wonder if Deborah Costa might just get the nod to start the game against Japan.
Well, she's definitely their pass. She passes better than any other guard on the floor.
Yeah.
Dantas makes the first. And that counts. Romero. Charlie Romano.
Lucas Modelo. Mark is still chirping at the referees about the call. He's 23 points up. They're not going to lose this game.
Yeah, but he's right.
Just keeping the momentum going for his team.
Great little dart. Good finish as well. Romano just ducked in hard, found the pass. 21-point lead, 3 to go. Nichols has it stolen. And all of a sudden, there's a lot of activity from the bench of Brazil. Martinez is crucified on the foul. Makes the three, will go to the line, and it's flattened. Poleaxed, I think, is the phrase. Let's get the replay. 77-53, 3:08 to go. And Laura Nichols comes out holding her hand. I hope that's nothing too serious. Martinez. Makes the 4-point play. Back out to a 25-point advantage. Costa will reverse it. Salio, little deflection from Leticia Romero. Gallardo doesn't get it to drop. That's a foul on the glass. Nick, there's a distinct increase in energy from these players from the Brazilian bench that haven't played. Now, I know that there's part of that that will bound to happen.
Well, I think the other thing is the opposition they're playing against as well. I think it's the second-string Spanish team. The likes of Joyce here, number 7 and 5, Deborah. Joyce is 9. So you be Deborah 5, Deborah Costa. Yeah, they got some playing time. This is a huge game on Tuesday against Japan.
Yeah.
Winner takes all, loser will fly home.
Loser's on the plane. And Romano gets the second of the free throws. 24-point lead for Spain. And all of a sudden, there's a lot of activity defensively, and Martinez is fouled.
Yeah, Martinez was flicking that behind the back, so I'm not quite sure it was a foul. Santos is fouled out anyway.
Number 12, Brazil, Santos fouled out. Now in the lead for Brazil, number 10, Tatiana Pacheco.
Pacheco will check back in with 2:38 to go. And Martinez, who's having made the big three with the and one, has a chance to add to a personal tally, but misses the first and has the Spanish problem of making free throws today. Makes the second. And Costa faced with the threat of a trap. Here comes Romero. They try and read the passing lane. Ardo gives them a release, and Costa will look at this Spanish zone. Skip pass, good ball movement by Brazil. Checo's up short, but work on the glass. Collado gets the two. And the ball got swung from one side to another and then back, so I take the point about the people they're playing against, but we've been asking for ball reversal the whole game for Brazil. Spain don't change, the ball doesn't stick. Romero has it, attacks it on the dribble. Martinez is fouled, and I think Romero did walk.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did. It just adds to the frustration, and you know, for these Brazilian players, they've been outplayed by the Spanish team, full stop. But you figure you fancy they'll look for excuses, and one of them might be the referees.
But 23 points of an excuse.
Wow. Sometimes you look further than yourself.
But if this team's going to get better, if this team's going to prepare to be a strong candidate and a contender in the Olympic Games when they host, they've got to look at themselves and build on the positives of this tournament. Still got a chance to get to the qualification game. Costa will reverse. Ramona. Hardo on the inside for two is long. Great activity on the glass, but Pacheco can't control. And Lara Gill will inbound. 1:35 to go of what's been another impressive three quarters by Spain. They didn't wake up until the second. Romero handles this time, attacks it, gets to the foul line. A little hesitation, nothing doing, so she'll back out. Mascual high, looks to the foul line, jump shot. And just strokes it sweetly.
Yeah, just an element there of Pasquale's game that's improving, isn't it, all the time? That little 15-foot jump shot from the high post is such an essential for a big player.
Costa almost has it stolen by Romero. Well, penetrates, kicks. Costa, feet set for three, is short. Pacheco chases it down, trapped in the corner, nowhere to go, but... And the referee was looking wide open then. Costa just looked, saw a body, threw it there, the referee's off down the other end of the floor.
That's not, that won't give coach much confidence about starting against Japan. I think she's probably the better of the guards there out there. I think pass first, you're exactly right, Mark.
Martinez on the dribble, tries to create for herself here. Now she looks to pass, turnover. Brazil off and running, last 40 seconds. And Gill with a little hesitation on the dribble. And Romero has it. On the dribble, nowhere to go, gets called for the travel. Very un-Spanish-like, should we say, for Romero.
Yeah, that was a poor error, really. You know, especially with Laura Gill wide open behind her.
Yep.
She'd gone by her.
Carrello will get it off to Ramona. Rodriguez guards her, but gets broken down. And Gill frustrated with 10 to go.
Number 12,
And Lara Gill looks like she's fouling out. Makes that little walk to the sideline. Won't enjoy the foul out, but no one looking very keen to come off the bench, Mick.
Last 10 seconds.
And I think it was like he looked down, he looked everywhere, and he smiles about it. And they have a great feel as a group. And Zago was the last one. He had nowhere else to go.
Just imagine the young kid sitting on that bench to be jumping up to sprint into the bench, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but they're all on the floor.
Yeah, right.
He walked past a lot of veterans before he got to Marta Zago. Second one, doesn't get the drop. Oh, goes up off the glass. She doesn't get the drop either. And Rodriguez comes down, but she tries to lead the break. Does, looks for a pass and finds Zago. They fire it up. And that would have capped it if that had dropped. And that's the end of what was a tremendous three quarters by Spain. Slow start. Palabra only hitting 13 in the first quarter. They knock down 17 in the next three and win this 83-56. They go to 2-0 and set up a winner-take-all clash with the Czech Republic.
That would be a mouthful if they win Spain with the Czech Republic. The winner of that will get an extra day off. The loser will play the day after a knockout game. Spain can consider themselves one of the top contenders for this tournament. There's no doubt about it, they're on top. Brazil will play Japan. They may well have a tough game there. They did get close to 50% from inside the arc. 2 of 14 outside. Not convinced they're a great shooting team. And Spain's woes to the free throw line hopefully will end tonight.
Well, if there had been anything from the free throw line, Mick, they could have been close to the 100, but what a quality performance, though.
Yeah, out-rebounded Brazil, which is very surprising given the front court back court they do have. 20 turnovers for Brazil, 19 for Spain, very uncharacteristic for them. And you'll see the leading scorers for both teams. Little, and Little. Souza and Pacheco. Sancho Little working through the numbers, a double-double. 13 rebounds and 1 block shot.
So that will do it here in the Anchor Arena for day 2. Spain finished the day with an 83-56 win over Brazil. They top Group A. They have a winner-take-all clash against the Czech Republic. Japan and Brazil will face each other for the 3rd slot. And for now, from Mick Bett and Mark Clark, it's been a great day 2. We'll see you after a day off for the game that will decide the finishing order. But for now, it's goodbye from the Anchor Arena.
Olá, Odinei, tudo bem? Falamos aqui da Arena Ankara, segundo jogo, segunda derrota da seleção brasileira. E agora, terça-feira, a decisão contra o Japão. Tá tudo... Tudo bem, Odinei? Boa noite para você, boa noite a todos. Já passam de 11 da noite aqui em Ankara, capital da Turquia. Tenho ao meu lado o técnico da seleção brasileira, o Luiz Augusto Janon. São 2 jogos, 2 derrotas. E na terça-feira a seleção tem uma decisão contra o Japão. Ganhou, segue em frente, perdeu, volta para casa. Luiz Augusto Janon, queria falar com você um pouquinho mais sobre o jogo de hoje, que terminou agora há pouco. Eu acho que um jogo de basquete, Janon, a gente, olhando ele com atenção, a gente consegue captar alguns detalhes. Primeiro quarto muito equilibrado, mas a Érica já com 3 faltas. Já complica, ou não?
Sem dúvida, a Érica é uma referência nossa, principalmente no jogo interno. Mas eu acho que as meninas no primeiro quarto tiveram a postura tática que a gente esperava, a posição de defesa, o ataque mais organizado. Aí eu acho que teve um momento muito crucial nesse jogo, a hora que o jogo estava próximo, nós perdemos vários rebotes ofensivos, elas recuperaram e fizeram a cesta. A gente mudava a defesa e nós tivemos mais 10 pontos de contra-ataque. Fechamos o primeiro tempo com 22 pontos de rebote ofensivo e de contra-ataque. E o jogo terminou 14. Então acho que isso ainda falta a maturidade para esse grupo, saber aquela hora da importância de cada bola. E nesse nível internacional, o pouco que você descuida é esse momento de abrir 10, 12, desestrutura várias coisas pela própria influência da idade ou a querer decidir uma bola precipitada e a qualidade do adversário, que sem dúvida nenhuma é um dos favoritos a estar subindo ao pódio.
Não, exatamente. No segundo quarto, a seleção tomou 29 pontos em um quarto. É muito. E você acha que a partir desse momento a seleção deixou de acreditar que poderia continuar jogando de igual para igual, que a gente viu no primeiro quarto?
Exatamente, porque a gente estava muito bem. E esses pontos, esses 10 pontos, a gente sabe já da dificuldade. E foi justamente assim, em bolas fáceis, eu ainda falei, podemos fazer as faltas táticas, que era no meio da quadra, deixamos elas fazerem bandeja, porque é um time rápido. E perdemos esses rebotes, às vezes de lance livre, que era uma bola de recuperação que você tinha para ir para o ataque. Hoje não foi só o aproveitamento, foi esse momento crucial. Depois a gente viu que no final não dava, pusemos mais as meninas novas com a postura que a gente quer, que essas defesas agressivas combinadas, e elas estão ganhando essa experiência e entendendo esse conteúdo e esse conceito do jogo para nível internacional extremamente necessário, o qual às vezes a gente não pratica isso no Brasil.
Para a gente fechar, Zanon, o que você quer mais dar para essas meninas jovens é rodagem, é dar jogo internacional para elas. Por isso o jogo contra o Japão é importante, é uma decisão. Se o Brasil vencer, vai pegar aí provavelmente o 3º lugar do grupo, porque o Japão ficaria em último lugar. Queria que você falasse um pouquinho desse jogo. Pessoalmente, você acredita de fato que o Brasil pode ganhar? O Japão já mostrou qualidade, não é? Tanto contra a Espanha, tanto contra a República Tcheca.
Olha, eu vou falar primeiro do adversário. Nós estudamos, viemos ao ginásio, hoje assistimos jogos dele. É uma equipe que jogou muito bem até contra a República Tcheca, mas é uma equipe que não conseguiu rodar muito as suas jogadoras. Então nós vamos tentar fazer isso. É uma equipe que se preparou muito para esse Mundial, mas eu confio plenamente nesse grupo, que ele vai num crescente. Amanhã nós temos um dia de treinamento só sobre o Japão, estudo sobre o Japão, e vamos tentar fazer esse jogo, o jogo da carreira delas, que é o jogo de continuar no torneio e passar para uma outra fase, para um mata-mata, onde ganharia mais essa experiência. E tenho certeza que hoje elas já saíram um pouco mais fortalecidas do seu comportamento interior. Do jogo anterior nós saímos sem poder ter feito o melhor. Hoje a gente tentou fazer o melhor, eu acho que isso vai acelerar e aumentar a autoestima para a gente fazer esse jogo decisivo com mais qualidade e passar para outra fase. É isso que a gente espera desse grupo novo e que vai conseguir essa meta.
Obrigado, Zanon. Boa noite para você. Então é isso, Odinei Ribeiro. Batemos um papo aqui com o técnico da seleção feminina, Luiz Augusto Zanon. Volto com você. Do I have time or not? For a player? Just one. Just one question. Just one question. Tem que escolher. Vem cá, Adriane. Vem.
Only 1 minute.
He's saying that I have 5 minutes. Não. Show. Vamos lá. Mas o chefe tá aqui. Oi, Odinei, eu estou aqui ao lado da armadora Adrianinha, 5º mundial da carreira dela, a mais experiente desse grupo. Adrianinha, você assim, já participou de muitos grupos, enfim, tem uma larga experiência, não é? São 2 jogos e 2 derrotas, de uma seleção muito jovem. Agora, é levantar a cabeça e pensar no Japão e tentar essa vaga?
A gente tem uma chance ainda, não está tudo perdido. Acho que foi uma pena o primeiro jogo, que eu sempre achei essencial em qualquer campeonato, que você não tem tempo de recuperar. Só que a gente está nessa situação agora. Hoje já foi um pouco melhor, mas tem muito a corrigir. E vamos pro tudo ou nada contra o Japão.
Pois é, e que time é esse, Adrianinha? Que Japão é esse?
Bom, o Brasil tem um histórico não muito bom com o time asiático, que são times rápidos, né? Mas a gente está com um time jovem, rápido também, com muita energia. Eu acho que vamos pro tudo ou nada sem pensar, né? Sem peso nenhum. A gente não quer ir embora nessa primeira fase, não.
Muito obrigado, viu, Adrianinha? Adrianinha, medalha de bronze nos Jogos de Sydney, sabe o que está falando, não quer ir embora, Odinei. Tainá, desculpa. Acabou meu tempo. Tudo bem. Vou fazer ali, pra você. Ô, Felipe, faz a Tainá que não deu tempo, acabou.